All right, man. Yep. I mean, we got a little bounce. We got a nice little bounce. Maybe this is a sustained upward trend. Maybe Bitcoin is making a new trend. You know what I'm saying? And it's a nice bounce from 33 for sure. I'm so glad we're not in the 33K range. I'm really glad about that. You know, my thing is, I just don't know if this is going to be a legitimate, sustained upward trend, or if this is going to be, I mean, you know, this could be the new range. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I just don't know. I hate when people turn on the like they make a left turn and they cut off your lane when you're pulling up to a stop sign. I hate that, bro. So I just had to ice grill this dude. But anyway, so who knows? You know, I think what we're seeing is we had some heavy correlation to equities, to stocks. You know what I mean? And because of the Federal Reserve's hawkish stance towards inflation and raising interest rates, or talking about raising interest rates anyway, you know, the market reacted in a negative way, you know, a fearful way. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? People are scared of losing their money. And, you know, there's a lot of leverage in the system. And so, you know, people thinking that, you know, maybe the money that I would use to borrow to go get some assets could cost me more. And I don't like that, you know. And that downturn from that reaction was pretty short-lived, but hopefully, you know, that maintains, you know, that kind of thing just is what it is, you know. Who knows? And since there's a lot of uncertainty, it's important to think about your situation and what you would be willing to do given what would happen, right? So, for example, okay, you're in crypto, you're holding all these coins, these altcoins all got nuked, and you know your portfolio, it was looking really good. Maybe it's not looking so good, and maybe it's looking bad. Maybe it's looking bad, right? You know, depending on when you've got in before. Okay, let's say the market trends sideways here for a while. What would you think? Would that be bad for you? Would that be good for you? You know, how would you feel about it? You know, what would that look like? Maybe you have an expense that you were hoping to use crypto to, to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? In the next 2 months, 3 months, right? Can you do that still? You got to think about it. Can you, if the market trends sideways, would that be all right for you? Okay, maybe it will, maybe it won't. If the market goes down more, would that be really bad for you? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe because you need that money right now in the short term. Maybe it will be pretty bad for you. What do you want to do? Do you want to sell now? You know, is when you're selling, is that a buy high, sold low scenario? You know, you got to think about, you got to be real about your life's circumstances, right? Like, okay, you wanted to do this one thing, right? And your time horizon is just not adding up to, you know, the financial moves you can make to do that, right? Maybe that's the case, right? And maybe you have to, like, you know, swallow your pride a little bit and hope that you can make it through. You know what I'm saying? Make it through and still accomplish that goal that you wanted to accomplish, but just not at the time that you thought you could do it at. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's not what it is. Maybe, you know, you just won't be able to do that thing anymore. Or maybe if you don't do it right now, you'll never do it, right? Could be. What if the market goes up from here? You know what I mean? If you sold, would you be kicking yourself that you sold and the market went up? You know what I'm saying? Would you be okay that the market left, the train left without you, but you're okay? You did what you wanted to do. Is that the case? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, you really have to narrow down the reasons for you doing what you're doing, right? Because I know, like many of us, myself included, you know what I'm saying? My ability to make changes in my life revolves around, or it has a root, has a foundation in what my finances are looking like. And so if I wanted to make changes in my life, the way I could make those changes depends upon how much money I'm working with. It's just that simple, right? And I think many of us are in the same boat. And that's good. That's fine. That's not a bad thing. I think that's a good thing if your finances are looking good. And it can be better if your finances are not looking so good. But then all that means is now you have to make more money. That's all that means. Like, okay, there's nothing new there, right? So, okay, so if that's the case, then what's the reason for the moves that you're making right now? Okay? Is it from a place of fear? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to keep up with the Joneses? Maybe you are in a squeeze and you have to make some kind of move right now. You know what I'm saying? Are you doing things just because you might like them? You might want them to be the case, but you don't really have to do it like that, but you kind of just want to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you've been complacent for a while, right? Maybe you've been just coasting along, thinking everything's just gonna work out because Bitcoin goes up. Maybe that's you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have to reassess like your own position. So there's nothing really wrong with Bitcoin. It's like you have just been kind of lazy, chilling, not really pushing, not really going after things, right? That could be the case. See how all right, look, the financial market is a financial market. The market's a market, that's it, period. The price for whatever you got sells for whatever it goes for, that's it. Can't control that, right? But what you can control is your own disposition towards said asset. You know what I mean? Your own perspective towards your current, financial snapshot. You know what I mean? And what you're capable of doing. What is it? You know what I mean? And if all we're going off is feelings, feelings change. Feelings change. Feelings are important. Emotions are important. They could be accurate and intuitive indicators towards, outcomes and scenarios that could be favorable to you or not favorable to you, harmful to you, right? Like emotions are great indicators. However, you must not make decisions based on those emotions. All right? Rise above emotion into the thinking of God. You know what I'm saying? Like in story of Moses, Moses spoke to a burning bush. It's not really that he spoke to a bush that was burning. That's not what we're saying. It's a poetic language of, the Supreme Being was in a state of rage, but was not consumed by it. Was angered by, the actions of his children, but was not consumed by it, right? And didn't make a decision based on that, right? And that's what you have to do. You have to make decisions based on, the scenario that presents itself, right? Like man, I would love for Bitcoin to be ranging at 3 to 5 million right now. I would love that. Do you know what that would do for me? Oh my gosh. Bitcoin is ranging at $3 to $5 million. What? Are you kidding me? Do you know how my life would be different I might not be making these videos for you guys anymore, you know, and that would be great. But because it's not there, I have to make decisions based on Bitcoin ranging from 33,000 to 38,000. You know what I mean? It's a far cry from 3 to 5 million, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's where it's at. I have to make decisions based on that scenario, right? And the market, it's not timing the market. It's not timing the highs and timing the lows. That's not it. It's time in the market. And take it from somebody, yo, I've been hodling and dollar cost averaging for 5 years, my guy, for 5 years. Do you know, yo, when Bitcoin was at a G and 5 Gs and 8 Gs and 10 Gs and 20 Gs and 15 and 13 and 10 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 4 and 3, 38 and 5 and 7 and 8 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 10 and 9 and 8 and 6 and 5 and then 8 and then I've been going just throwing money in there for 5 years, not selling, not dumping out, you know what I mean? Not like, oh, I'm gonna take profits and buy a Lambo. No, I didn't do that. I'm just hodling, bro. I'm just chilling. I'm not making drastic changes to my lifestyle because I'm playing a longer game. I ideally would love to do things in an ideal way for right now. I'd love to make it the way I could make it right now, maximizing my position, for my personal life. Could do it. Instead of coming to you from this car, I could be coming to you from some better car. You know what I mean? Or my other car, the other car. I could be coming to you from some other car, right? Another car, different cars. You know what I mean? I could be wearing different things. You know what I'm saying? But all that would be emotional. I don't care what car I'm driving in. I used to drive in nice cars, like, high-end cars. I don't care anymore. The thing about getting a really nice whip, luxury vehicle, is once you get it, you'd be like, after like a few months of having it, you'd be like, yeah, it's nice, it's dope. You know what I mean? I like having power, all this and that, but it's just a car. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, now, before you get it, you're like, yo, I need to be rolling in something like that. Then you get it and you're like, it's just a car. And then, the other cars, you get a decent car, doesn't break down on you a lot, doesn't cost a lot for you to fix, still got some juice and some giddy up when you need to go. You still get the leather, you still get the power stuff. I could buy the highest version, the highest model of, a model that I'm getting. You get a Accord, you get a CRV, you get whatever, and you just get the highest you could get of that. You know what I'm saying? And now you got luxury, power, everything, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't cost you, and it's not something that costs you $1 million every time something breaks. But I'm saying that to say, like, you got to be practical with your life, right? If you're in such a hurry to get rich off crypto, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Is it vanity? Is it insecurity? You know what I'm saying? Is it fear? Is that why you need to get rich? Because the getting rich part is not hard. It's not hard to get rich in crypto. The difficult part is when you get rich. When do you get rich? That's the difficult part. Because you want it in the next 90 days. It could happen. I'm not saying it can't. I'd be lying if I told you that it can't happen in the next 90 days. But what if it doesn't? What if you want to get rich in the next 3 days, but it takes the next 3 years? What are you going to do? Are you going to be like, oh, crypto sucks, man. I'm not even getting rich in 90 days, man. It's going to, I can't get rich in 3 months. I got to get rich in 3 years. Why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got to cash out because I got to get a new car, man. I need to get something fly. So I'm cashing out. I'm selling my Bitcoin at 33,000. 33,000. I'm selling. Why are you selling, bro? Man, I need to get something fly. Man, I need to get a Tesla. I said this time last year, I said I was going to have a Tesla, and I thought Bitcoin was going to be up, and I didn't hustle like I should have, and now I don't have as much money to get a Tesla, and now, so I'm cashing out to get a Tesla now. That's what I'm doing, bro. Because I said I was going to do this. You know what I mean? Like, bro, when you like really take a step back and you start looking at, you know, your goals and the way, you know, first of all, what are your goals? To get a Tesla? Like, who cares, bro? Like, go down to the dealership, get a Tesla. Walk into the dealership, have a pulse, a heartbeat, and some income, and watch how an entire team of people will try to get you in a Tesla. Getting into a Tesla is not difficult. It's not difficult. All right? You talk to a dealer, you know what they're going to tell you? All the fly whips, the two-door, 500 horsepower, you know what I mean? The flashy, blah, 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 blah. Yo, they get sold all the time. They sell them to kids and dudes and middle-aged men all the time. And 6 months later, 8 months later, year and a half later, that same car is being brought back into the lot by the repo guy. The same car. And you know what? It goes right back out next week, next month to a dude just like it. Just like the dude they sold it to the first time. You know what I mean? What you getting a whip for? What you need it for, bro? You hustling? You're investing for a whip? Come on now. Come on now. You got to expand your goals, expand your thinking, bro. You're in a vehicle, not a literal vehicle. I'm talking about a financial vehicle that is set. It's primed. It's got all the attributes. We're at the time right now, the time in history right now, where this asset could easily 30x, 50x, and you'd be difficult, but it could, it's likely to, 100x from where it's at right now. It means this entire industry will be 100 times. And we're at $1.7 trillion. We could be at 100 trillion, 130, 150 trillion dollars market cap. You know what I mean? In just a short time. And not that long. And you're talking about buying a Tesla today. You know what I mean? Like the dream house you're thinking of, right? Maybe it's a little 4-bed, 5-bedroom, whatever. You know what I mean? 3-bath. It's got 4 living rooms. You know what I'm saying? Like you're scheming on that, and maybe that costs you 600, 700, 800,000 right now. And you're dreaming about getting that. Yo, if you can hit a target like that, and Bitcoin is at 33,000 or 38,000 today, and you can hit a target like that, and you're saying that that's your dream, and you're about to cash out to do that, yo, in my opinion, you're making a big mistake. You're being soft. You're being so soft, cotton soft, man. Pillow soft. You know what I'm saying? You need to look a little further down the road. Whatever you can do right now, and with Bitcoin at 38K, whatever your finances are looking like, however capable you are of using those finances right now, Bitcoin's at 38,000. Yo, you're soft, yo. You need to hodl. You need to hunker down. Matter of fact, you know, you need to get rid of some things, some liabilities. You need to sell some of that luxury stuff and downgrade your lifestyle and pump it into the market. You know what I mean? And hodl and wait and survive and grind and push and add more money and put more in and make more happen. You know what I'm saying? You need to do that. And 100x and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You could buy a $800,000 house, $1 million home right now. You know what I mean? Wait 5 years, 7 years, 8 years. You know what I mean? You should be scheming on a $4 million, $5 million, $10 million joint. You know what I mean? You could do $1 million right now. You think it's small. Go and get you a $300,000 house. Go and get you a $500,000 house and shut up and chill. You know what I mean? And push. And wait for this thing to really go. You know what I mean? You could buy a Lambo right now. Who cares? Whatever you car you driving, if it's not the Lambo, sell it. Get you a Honda, get you a Toyota, and hodl. And then go get you a Bugatti later. Go buy you a PJ, private jet later. Like, this is how you should be thinking. I'm trying to put it in perspective for you, man. I'm trying to really put it in perspective for you, man. Look around. Look at your surroundings. Check your portfolio. And stop thinking small. Stop your incessant need to try to prove something to anybody. Stop your incessant, vain, pitiful, meaningless need to tell anybody how much you have, or to flex or show off. You want to flex for people who literally don't care about you. Who, if you died tomorrow, literally might be like, man, RIP, and then move on with their lives. Stop trying to do it for them, bro. Stop trying to do it for them. And the moment that you stop trying to do things for those kinds of people, the moment you stop trying to feed your vanity, that's when you'll begin to make sound financial decisions. That's when you'll be you'll be able to be patient, and that's when you'll be able to bust some real moves. And you'll look in 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 years, and what you're capable of doing will expand exponentially, but what you're willing to do will shrink. You know what I mean? The need for you to do things for vanity will shrink. You know what I'm saying? And your intentions will be much purer, and your perspective will be much clearer. All right? So think about it, man. That's my 2 cents. You feel me? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm dumb. I'm saying, but ask yourself the same questions. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know what this market is going to do. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a tangent there, a little bit of a rant. I don't know what this market is going to do. But I know what you can do. I know what you're capable of. I know what we're able to do. I know that I'm here if you need support, if you need to talk. I know the emotional roller coaster that is investing, but I also know that you are other than investing in yourself, which is the best investment you can make. Other than that, aside from that, I know that we're in a market right now that is poised to do some serious numbers. And the richest people in the world are taking that exact same perspective on this market. And so if you're here before they get here, kudos to you. Remember, there's not enough whole Bitcoins for every millionaire on the planet. If every millionaire on the planet decided that they wanted to come and buy Bitcoin, buy a whole Bitcoin, they couldn't do it. You're ahead of them. You're ahead of them. You're ahead of them. You're ahead of them. They're not here yet. They're not all here yet, anyway. A whole lot of them are, and a whole bunch got made. You know what I mean? In this joint, and they're not here yet. All right. So you're in a unique position. You're at a strategic advantage. Although maybe you don't have the chips that you think you need. Although you may not have the chips, you have the timing, you have the patience, and as long as you can work on yourself and your own humility and your own perspective, your own patience right now, to just stick to it. And it's going to be a struggle, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to weigh on you mentally. You know what I mean? But it's going to be worth it. We all do it. My portfolio looks bad too. You know what I mean? My portfolio doesn't look good. I mean, it looks better. I mean, it looks really good compared to what it looked like before. You know what I mean? But it doesn't look as good as it used to look. I hurt too. If your portfolio's down $2,000, right? And you feel bad, dude, the dude that's down 200 grand is feeling the same way. It's a little heavier than yours. The dude that's down 2 mil is feeling the same way. It's feeling the same way. And it's a little heavier than yours. The dude that's down 20 mil right now. Portfolio's $20 million, poorer than it used to be. He's feeling it too. He's feeling it too. Don't think that just because you have a whole bunch of money that, you don't feel the pressures, you don't feel the sense of loss, you know what I mean? When your portfolio shrinks, we all feel it. You know what I'm saying? We all feel it, all of us, no matter the amount, it hurts still, you know what I mean? But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? It's on you, man. What you gonna do? You feel me? So that's my 2 cents. I love you, man. I really do. I know it's tough, bro. This is not how I expected this market to go. It has broken all patterns. Everything is up in the air. There's no market that's safe. If you think like, oh man, I shouldn't have invested in crypto, there's no market that's safe. There's no market that's safe. None. No, not one. You know what I mean? So you got to decide where you want to be at. You could be in real estate. You could be in gold and precious metals. You could be in equities. You could be in commodities. You know what I'm saying? But are those all set? Are those other ones anyway? Are those set to 100x? I don't know. I don't know if those entire markets could multiply by 100 in the next 5 to 10 years. I don't know. Could they 50x? I don't know. You know what I mean? Could the price of your home be worth 50 times more in the next 5 years? Could it be? I don't know. I don't know. I know that the crypto market, the entire market, did a 27x in the last 2 years. That's already happened. I know it did that. You know what I mean? I know it did that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put things in perspective, man. You got to really think about this. And where you're at and where this is at and what you're willing to do right now. But I know a lot of it is going to come down to, your own personal perspective, your own individual threshold for tolerance. You know what I'm saying? For pain. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's going to come down to you, right? If you was talking big mess at Thanksgiving, and now Bitcoin's at 38K, and you was talking that big stuff at Thanksgiving, you might have to eat some humble pie. You might have to eat some humble pie, and it might not taste so good to you, but you know what? It might be good for you, though. It might be nutritious for you. And this is what I'm saying, man. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. What are you going to do? And that's what is going to determine whether you grow or shrink as a person. And that will reflect in your portfolio at a later date. All right? So I love you. Be safe. For real, I'm out this time. Peace.